quite the ESPN showdown in the Garden tonight as the Thunder will bring the league's best defense to town to battle the Knicks' third best offense. But since January 21st, it's been the Knicks leading the league in defensive efficiency. That's after ranking 18th up to that point. And SGA has never lost in his career visits to the current Madison Square Garden. He is one of 4 players to start in and win each of their first 6 visits to the modern MSG. Here's Shea Butter, as we like to call him, on his game.
I would describe my game as
the NBA, the greatest basketball players in the world.
To really be the coolest dude in the room when you walk in, but also be the smoothest on the court.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is special.
Really weird, bro.
cerebral.
He's just ridiculous. Shai is just putting on an absolute clinic, bro.
Elusive.
When I get to snapping like doo-wop.
Do a couple of defender. What a move by SGA!
Say I'm too sick, I choose. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
OKC is dealing with several injuries. SGA missed last night's game and is still dealing with that abdominal strain. Who's available tonight, Tim?
Yeah, SGA, that was preventative maintenance last night, just being cautious coming back from the ab strain, sitting out the first night of a back-to-back. Same with Isaiah Hartenstein. He'd had a calf strain a couple times this year. Being careful with him. Also, you don't exactly have to bring your best to beat the Bulls. Jalen Williams will be reevaluated here in the next couple days. I don't have a feel on whether a green light is coming for him. A.J. Mitchell, a key reserve for them, has been out for a while. First an ab strain, was ready to come back, sprained his ankle during the All-Star break working out. I'm told probably at some point next week for him.
Okay. Janae, what can the Knicks prove tonight?
Woo, man, to be a New York Knicks fan, I feel like I was saying earlier today that you need blood pressure medication with, like, the performances
not
being
for the
so
week.
Up and down. It is not for the week. But the good thing is that it feels like they're ascending at the right time. They're identifying themselves with the greatness that we saw over the course of last year's postseason. And so what's at stake? They can prove to themselves that they are the team that beat the San Antonio Spurs a couple days ago. They can prove to themselves that we actually found a rubric versus the Raptors, because I love the box score. Karl-Anthony Towns took 17 shots. Jalen Brunson took 22. Jalen Brunson also had 10 assists, and they kept their opponent under 100 points. If you can keep that going, moving forward, that's a recipe for success. Now, also, if they can beat the team that is currently the defending champs, then they feel like, hey, we've got the Spurs. We've got, we've got the Thunder. And so maybe we can get rid of our boogeyman, which is a Detroit Pistons.
Oh, I was going to say, they didn't get the Pistons.
Maybe that means that if we can go up against them, like, we can actually be the team that needs to get the wins when it matters most, because their heart was broken last year. They want to right the wrongs this year.
And look, with the Pistons, what happened against the Pistons? What has happened repeatedly against the Pistons? They've wilted because the Pistons are bullies. That physicality. Guess who else is some bullies? OKC, Lou Dort.
True.
Cason Wallace, Alex Caruso. Like, there's going to be some physical defense. This is going to be a great test for the Knicks.
You know what's crazy? The Oklahoma City Thunder, they have had multiple of their star players out a number of games. They've had 26 different starting lineups, yet they are still right where they need to be in the Western Conference.
That part.
And they're able to still withstand that. They still have the #1 defense in the NBA, so this will be a good test for the Knicks.
How do you think this Knicks defense is going to be tonight? What are you expecting from them?
Listen, I didn't think the Knicks could put together this kind of defensive stretch. So let's just start with giving them credit. There was a lot of questions about, can a team built around Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns be good enough defensively to contend for a championship? It's about a quarter of the season sample size. This isn't some little blip here where they're not just the #1 team defensively during that stretch, but it's by a significant margin. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's a fluke. That's too large of a sample size. You know what it kind of reminds me of? The year the Mavericks went to the finals, the last quarter of the season, they went from not being very good defensively to the #1 defense in the league during that stretch.
That's true.
That's what it feels like for these Knicks. They've found something there.
I know we do our own power rankings, but it's interesting to me because, like, the Knicks are rising, the Cavs are rising, the Celtics might be getting Jason Tatum back soon. Like, they're rising, so it's different. The standings may not reflect where these teams are trending.
Typical of the East. What are you expecting from my play cousin, Karl Antonio Towns, tonight?
Look, that's hilarious. Cat has to understand the ebbs and flows of a game. And I understand that this system may not be designed for him to always get the touches he wants, but he has to choose to make his influence felt regardless of that. As someone who played the post position, if this was not my night, the strategy was for the guards to do their thing, pick and roll, shoot from three, I would still go out there and get an offensive rebound. I would still go out there and try to find a mismatch and demand the ball. And I do believe the last few days have been turning of a corner for him because maybe hopefully the hard conversations have been had. So it's like, we value you, we will find you, but we also need you to help when other people are thriving, when other people are eating.
Yeah, no question. I'm expecting a big game from him. If nothing else, let's make me look good. Come on. Represent for the family. No relation, by the way, guys. It's just because he's Dominican, so we always claim each other. All right, it's time now to head-to-head, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. All right, today, who scores more points tonight, SGA or Jalen Brunson?
That man gets out of bed, and he's already at, like, 25 points. So I'm going with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Shea Butter for me.
I know. 30 is like the baseline.
Yep.
More points, Chat or Cat?
For me, again, Chat or Cat. Ooh, this is a good one. I'm going to go Cat. I'm going to go Cat. I'm going to take him, yeah.
I love that. More points, Casey Wallace or
I guess this is all on me, huh? I guess you recused yourself, Tim. Casey Wallace and Mikal Bridges. Bridges has been better lately, but I've been excited to see Casey Wallace. I think taking the opportunity to step into more minutes, he's made the most of them count. So, how many people did I pick?
Oh.
I picked SGA.
We threw him.
I put Casey Wallace. Oh, and I gave Cat. I gave your cousin, tu primo.
Mi primo!
Amor.
I love it.
Habla español.
I know that's right. DraftKings has the most ways to bet on your favorite NBA teams. All customers will receive a profit boost on any placed head-to-head market. Download the app and use promo code SCREEN when you sign up. All right, that game will lead our Wednesday doubleheader tonight on ESPN. The Thunder are in MSG at 7 Eastern. Then Giannis and the Bucks host the Hawks. NBA Countdown tips off coverage at 6:30. Then on Saturday, we've got Warriors Thunder on ABC. Before the game, Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq tip off coverage at 8 Eastern. And they'll be back after the game to break it all down with more shenanigans. Coming up, pro or